Good morning everyone. In this session what we are going to see is a case discussion about anesthetic management of hyperthyroid patient coming for thyroid surgery. As we all know, there are very few cases which can be kept for long case discussion during MDA and DNB exams. So now we are going to discuss in a way that what are all the possible questions in exams and how to answer. This is what is important, because when we read we know what are things is necessary, but when we discuss, when it comes to about case presentation, you should be able to deliver in such a way that the examiners get satisfied. So there may be some difference between what we do and what is being discussed, but that is the way we are supposed to answer. So here I am Dr. Sendil, consultant anesthesiologist from Chennai, and this is Dr. Sanjana, final year resident from Madras Medical College. Now we are going to discuss the case presentation about anesthesia management for hyperthyroid patient coming for thyroid surgery. So this is the case history. It's a 57-year-old female presented with the thyroid mass over the past 4 years. She exhibited features of hyperthyroidism like infrequent menstruation, frequent mood swings with irritability, palpitation occasionally, with bulging of eyes. The physical examination revealed normal blood pressures with a resting heart rate of 110 beats per minute. And there is mild exophthalmos, and we can see a diffusely enlarged thyroid gland. So the size is about 8 into 6 into 4 centimeters. Her investigation revealed free T4 of 42.3. The normal value is 10.3 to 24.5 picomole per liter. And free T3 is 27.4. The normal value is 2.8 to 6.9 picomole per liter. And thyroid stimulating hormone value is 0.005. The normal value is 0.5 to 4.5 microunit international units per ml. And this is the picture of the patient. You can see the thyroid mass, and this is the chest X-ray. Now we will move on to case discussion of anesthetic management. Good morning, Dr. Sanjana.
Morning, sir.
Okay, first before going into that, consider leave about thyroid surgery. So I want to ask you a question: that do we need to do thyroid function in all surgical cases?
No, thyroid function test is not necessary in all the patients. Only in patients with signs and symptoms of either hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism it is indicated. And also in already existing hypo or hyperthyroidism, TFT is indicated to monitor the response to the therapy.
Okay. So one more thing I want to add is, it's not only hyper or hypothyroid features, but also a thyromegaly is also there. Yes. In suspicion also, you can ask for thyroid function.
Yes.
Before we move into the case discussion proper, can you tell what are all the functions of a thyroid hormone? How important it is? Why, as an anesthesiologist, we are worried about this thyroid functions?
Sir, thyroid hormone has several functions. It is very important in the growth and development, because it is involved in the production of protein synthesis and post-translational modification of genetic codes. So, in hypothyroidism, it can even lead to mental retardation. And coming to metabolism, in carbohydrate metabolism, it increases the absorption of carbohydrates. It promotes gluconeogenesis and glycogenolysis, and hence it can cause hyperglycemia. And in protein metabolism, the protein catabolism is increased, and lipolysis is also accelerated, leading to hypocholesteremia. And in cardiovascular system, it increases the number of beta receptors in the heart and also increases the response to catecholamines. Also promotes the calcium ATPase pump, leading to palpitation and increased myocardial contractility. Even it has functions even in erythropoiesis. In thyrotoxicosis, anemia is frequently seen, and it also plays an indirect role in reproduction too. Hypothyroidism can lead to infertility.
Okay. This way we can explain in theory questions.
Yes, sir.
Because there's so many things which you have enumerated is correct, but in practical, yes, and when you are doing case discussions, you should be very crisp. And what we expect is the more clinical points.
Yes, sir.
Like in what way it is going to impact our anesthesia administration. So it is always easy or better way to explain is system wise.
Yes, sir.
So of this we are more worried about metabolism and cardiovascular system, right? So can you tell the clinical implications of abnormal thyroid functions in cardiovascular system? Suppose the patient is hyperthyroid.
Yes, sir.
So in what way it will impact the cardiovascular system?
It can lead to palpitations, it can cause breathlessness, can cause
Why
hyperdynamic.
thyroid can cause breathlessness?
So it can be due to hyperdynamic circulation or congestive cardiac failure.
Okay.
It can also be
the
due
most important thing is
compression of
hyperthyroid can cause congestive cardiac failure. So any thyroid patient features of breathless, if the thyroid is not big,
Yes, sir.
you don't think that thyroid, the swelling is the reason for mechanical compression is not there, then you should suspect congestive cardiac failure. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What else it can precipitate?
So it can precipitate angina in known atherosclerotic cases, sir.
How can a thyroid, you said in known atherosclerotic patient, does hyperthyroid directly can cause, thyroid dysfunction can directly cause or precipitate myocardial infarction?
Yes, sir. Thyroid hormones increases the basal metabolic rate and oxygen consumption, sir. So oxygen demand increases.
This will be an indirect effect, correct?
Yes,
that
sir.
increase in oxygen demand because of increased basal metabolic rate is an indirect effect. Does it directly cause ischemic heart disease or precipitate?
It can precipitate, sir.
It will precipitate.
That.
So what is the mechanism behind that? So you said in your, while answering for that question, you said it has a problem with, it has a role in cholesterol
Yes, sir.
absorption metabolism. Okay. So in that way it can precipitate, hyperthyroid can precipitate hypercholesterolemia. So it will increase the incidence of atherosclerotic plaque formation.
Yes, sir.
So in that way it can precipitate ischemic heart disease.
disease.
Okay. So this is what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Fetal brain and skeletal maturation. The most important thing is increase in basal metabolic rate and increase inotropic and chronotropic effects. And it increases the sensitivity to catecholamines. It has a role in bone turnover. That's what you said about catabolic phase. And it increases serum glucose and decrease in serum cholesterol. So this is the point which I want to stress.
Yes, sir.
Mostly other things we all know. So it has a role in decreasing in serum cholesterol. So whenever there is hyperthyroidism, it alters this function. So it can precipitate ischemic heart disease. So remember, a long-standing hyperthyroid patient, this also has to be ruled out.
Yes, sir.